10! I made it! Yes! Hey, welcome to Asha Media TV. My name is Asha. For those of you that are new here, welcome to my channel. For those of you returning as a subscriber, welcome back and thank you for your continued support of this channel and for the content that I'm doing my best to bring to you as often as possible. So for those of you that don't know anything about me and this channel, this is where I like to watch and react and review a variety of stuff related to science fiction, fantasy, and comic books. So in today's video, I am finally going to watch the last episode of the first season of The Expanse, so the season finale, where I'm expecting a lot of my questions to be answered, and of course new ones to ask about for season 2. But before I go any further, for those of you that are new here, keep on watching, don't skip ahead, because I've got at least 3 things I gotta cover with you real quick. Number 1, this is a spoiler reaction and spoiler review, just in case you missed it in the title, so spoilers ahead, you have been warned. And second, I no longer provide any footage or clips of the episode here on YouTube. It's a watch-along, follow-along style, meaning that you have to get access to the episode on your end while I have access to the episode on my end, and we sync up using my visual and vocal cues to watch the episode together. But if that's too stressful for you, I do provide an alternate version of this reaction with bonus content specifically for members of my private network club at ashamediaclub.com. Link is in the description, so go check it out for more details on how to access that. With all of that being said and covered, let's now dive into what this episode is going to be about. I like to read the synopsis, so let's read the synopsis, which is literally just one sentence on my Prime Video here. So it's called Leviathan Wakes. Leviathan? Me and words that I don't... Okay. I'm just going to go Leviathan Wakes. And it's described as Miller, Holden, and crew continue to fight their way to the Resonante and off of Eros. Yes. So, let me now give myself somewhat of a recap based on some clarification in the comments from many of you. And yeah. So, we left off with a cliffhanger at the end of episode 9 with Holden and Miller being exposed to a high dose of radiation, and then Holden's like, we gonna die. Pretty much, right? And yeah, so that's cliffhanger on that end. And then the second cliffhanger, kind of with that, is the whole crew are stuck on Eros and something's happening where they're trapping everybody there. Nobody can leave. Hence the description that they need to get back to their ship and get the F out of there. But for me, the biggest what the F of that episode was finding out that Julie Mao's daddy is behind this whole mess, or one of the key players, I guess, behind the whole mess. And he's like, okay, my daughter's dead, but business has to keep going. And the question is, what is this business? What is this bioweapon that he is now a part, or that he is implicated in creating or engineering, that has taken the life of his daughter, and they seem to be now using it against the Belters, because if you watched my reaction for episode 9, that's what I interpreted, that they were injecting the stuff they took from Julie's body and injecting it into the Belters, the poor Belters that were there and suffering, and yeah, that wasn't cool. So that's what I interpreted, and some of you were nice enough to kind of break it down for me much clearer than that. And I apologize if I can't articulate it back right now in this moment. I'm just so excited to watch episode 10 and I just want to get to it. So you know what? Let's get to it. And then ask questions and talk about this stuff much later. Especially in a review. Right? Okay, let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to press play in just a moment, but if you are absolutely brand new to my channel, this is your first time trying a watch-along experience with me, then keep on listening. I'm going to give you somewhat of a brief overview of how that works with my style of doing things. However, of course, if it's not your first time, skip ahead to the countdown to the start of the episode, and I'll see you then. All right, so my style of reacting is very straightforward. I start right away from 000. I skip whatever commercials usually come up before the episode on Amazon. And yeah, so I start at 000. You will see a visual cue on the screen of a play button. You'll also see a pause button and a rewind button should I decide to do those things. And there are three specific reasons to which why I will pause the video. Number one being that I'm having lagging and buffering issues, so I usually need to pause for a few seconds and then count down to play. And then the second reason, which is the most common reason, is that I need to rewind. I need to go back and look at some detail. And so I'll let you know on the screen as well as vocally that I've paused and what time I've paused at and how many seconds I'm going to go back. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward like that. And the third reason to which I'll pause, which happens once in a while, but with this particular type of series, it'll likely happen a little bit more often, I'm pretty sure. But it's to kind of have a somewhat commentary moment with you. So if I'm feeling overwhelmed or I kind of want to recap things for myself and I want some clarification from you in the comment section, I will pause and I'll have that moment with you, tete-a-tete to the camera so that you could engage with me somehow in the comment section. Sounds easy? It is. It's easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. All right, let's do this. Let's go. Alrighty, I am ready to do my countdown to play. Are you ready? I'm so nervous. I just really hope it's a great ending. And I hope I don't get too confused. Okay, let's go. So, I'm at 0000, counting down to play right now. 3, 2, 1, play. Wow, it's completely deserted. Where is everybody? They're just hanging about. And she knows all that. Very revealing of Naomi there. Better grab at least 100 of those. What? Every single orifice you have. Well, it's definitely a first he won't forget. Not as far as I know. Uh, by killing her? How's that a blessed thing? All right. I'm going to use the opportunity for the intro to go and just talk to you a little bit right now. So, from what he just said, whatever merged with her body has created something that is beneficial in his eyes or their eyes. What is it, like the cure to cancer or something? Because it's a biomaterial thingy. I guess I'm just wondering if she is actually dead. Okay. My mind is racing in the clone territory of things. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Mm. Here comes the blood, yeah. The lungs are collapsing soon. How are they gonna survive this? So Holden is still a bright-eyed boy. They'll stop there. Oh shit. The math sucks. Those games look like fun though. Kind of both. The radiation's making you an ass, and your attitude's making you a boot. Does that make sense? Oh. Illusions. What are they doing? Holden's cracking me up right now. Oh, shit. They really just go in there just to play a game? Shit. Is there a way to, like, just make him pass out, don't kill him? Like that, I guess? Oh. Lucky it's just him that came in there, not a whole gang of them to play those games. There's your first kill, Holden. At least it wasn't too bad. Like, he didn't have to shoot him in the head or something. Not like that makes it any better, but... Why do I get the feeling he knows more than that? She suspects it too, probably. I think she's faking it, though. Okay, I think she's playing along, but she's suspecting Sadavir's, behind something here. Yes, sir. Little girl's like, alright. What is she looking for? A secret door or something? What kind of magic trick was that? It was terrible. Mm-hmm. She knows what they suspect. But that's not the goal right now. The goal is to get off of this place and get going. Ugh. I'm surprised Holden doesn't have as many symptoms as he does. Is it because he's a belter, Miller? So he's more vulnerable physically? Oh, there's that stuff again all over them. So they're just using it to kill them. Holy shit. To see who lives and dies? Oh, it's terrible. I hope they don't turn into zombies like crazy monsters, and then the whole show is like fighting off these monsters. Hybrids or something. What are they doing now? Oh, shit. Oh no. He got it. He's not contaminated. It's probably transferable through fluids, right? This now reminds me of Aliens with the little girl. And she's our Ripley. Come on, kid. You know she ain't gonna be alright. Who the fuck is that? Yeah, and around they go. Miller did that like so easily. Just. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Hopefully it's a good fit for the boots. Yep. Oh, shoot. Is Holden starting to cough now? Yeah. Kenzo! Really? I don't believe him. No, I think I believe Kenzo here. Shit, Holden's losing it. Miller's like, oh, you're becoming like me, kiddo. This is the way. So they had it, kicked it down. Okay. Oh, right there is one of my greatest fears. I have a fear of ladders. I don't have a fear of heights, just ladders. That's code for shit's going down. Hmm. She's hardcore. So I've been saying her name as Christian, but it's Christian. Just pronounced or spelt out unfamiliarly to me. Right? Oh, gosh. Hint, hint. He's not alive. Double-edged sword. Hmm. How much time does Holden have? Amos. Okay, well, you know what side he's on. Okay, alright. I'm Team Amos. Thank you. Because I was like, bitch just completely. I thought he. Thank goodness. Yay! Amos, you are the man. Alice is like, ah, shit. Naomi, I'm telling you, right? That whole moment, I could put a thought bubble there. He's letting his belter come out. This was very strategically smart, though. As long as they don't get hit. Bang, bang. Yeah. That was the guy that killed or tried to kill Havelock. That gutted him. Okay, I was like, I saw his face before. I just couldn't put where that was. What an interesting coincidence to meet up with him there, though. I'm assuming there's something aboard the Rocinante that will heal them. How's Miller gonna react when they found out they killed, what's his name, Semi? Shit. Well, at least... I was about to say, at least if he dies seeing something nice. Like Julie. That ain't Julie. Some kind of healing pod somewhere that strips away all the radiation, hopefully. Or something. Oh, yeah. I could see Miller taking out vengeance on that. He's just gonna hold it in for a while. Against him. Oh boy. But he might not know that he's infected. Okay. The Alex way, which is probably going to be some cray-cray way. Seems reasonable to do that. As long as their ass is out of there. That's cool. Seeing the one little ship escape this entire big, huge thing. I'm going to pause. So I'm at 3909. I want to go back 30 seconds, I think. Let's see how much I need. 10, 20, 30, 40. Yeah, that's where I wanted. So I'm at 3829. I just wanted to see what was on the screens he was looking at. So we have Julie here, and he has different points of view of Eros Station. Because he said send it all back to Thoth, and isn't Thoth the name of another god, an Egyptian god? Okay, hang on. So let's play down, count down to play. 3, 2, 1, play. These two, okay, it's obvious a romance is going to happen with these two. Holden is in love! Oh man, Stephen Strait, he performed that nicely. It's very smooth, very telling in his expression without words. Kenzo. I don't know what to do with this one. It's like I believe him, but I'm like, he's so weaselly. Something about him just... I'm thinking Loki every time he's around. He's very... What's that? Oh. There's all that stuff. You want to get infected? Why is he just standing there? What the hell? Alright, there goes your life. Whoa. Whoa, what? Okay. Gotta stop. Okay. That was quite an ending. Not the one I expected, but... Okay. Review time, people. Review time. Now that's what I call a finale episode. Ooh, wee! 10 out of 10, because there is nothing I could possibly nitpick with this episode. In fact, if anything I would nitpick on, it wasn't long enough. I wanted more. Okay. So let me try to break down as much as I can, starting from the beginning of the episode down towards the end, of pieces of information that I think I understood. And of course, I'll leave it up to you to clarify it and or explain it in better terms than what I'm going to likely use. All right, so let's start with Holden and Miller. Their journey from we're gonna die to we just might make it, and we made it kind of thing. I loved watching the two together, showing somewhat of a contrast of, the experienced person in terms of killing, which is Miller, the non-experienced person for Holden, and watching Holden literally have a life-changing experience to get to the Rocinante with Miller alive. He went from, I've never killed someone, to, shit, we gotta kill somebody and more people just to get to where they need to go. So I love that arc for Holden, and I love that it was through somewhat the eyes of Miller to some degree, especially when he witnesses Holden having that moment of a freak out on Kenzo. That was that was something. And then if you pause that moment of Miller standing there, just looking at Holden, that's telling right there. Wow. So I really enjoyed that whole journey of Miller and Holden. And for me as a viewer, just getting to know these characters, it's just so much fun to just see the differences and the similarities between the two men. So I know for sure I'm going to have a hoot watching them in future episodes, that's for sure. And the next thing was Naomi and the crew and all that stuff that happened with Amos and Semi. Wow, it's a lot to unpack. So the best thing I could say that I took from it, was I love how when it came to the little girl, we saw a very compassionate, nurturing, I hate to say motherly, but it's more than just motherly, because Amos as well had a very protective nature towards the situation with the little girl as well, where he was like, telling that dude, take care of her. And he's like, he insisted, right? It's just that Naomi had a different way to express the same sentiments. And I liked that moment where the little girl is having to choose between going with who she knows and she's comfortable with, but likely to her danger, like to her death. And Naomi's trying to warn her. And that very brief moment of watching that little girl figure out, do I go with people I know and trust, or do I go with people I don't know, likely may not really trust, but I may sense that they mean that this is a safer route, and then she ends up being dragged into danger, or is it danger? We'll find out, I guess, in season 2, if she actually ends up dying, or if all of Eros ends up in a catastrophic situation, which I think is likely the case. What I really take from that moment, as brief as it was, is showing that in times of peril, in times of absolute chaos, split decisions like that are based on instinct and based on your intuition versus perhaps maybe your general familiarity. Like that little girl, she's familiar with that lady that she went off or got dragged on from. But she sensed that likely she would have probably been safer to go with Naomi. Like there was that split second of hesitation that I saw there with that little girl, unless I misread that. But I like that they showed that, because in circumstances like that, when things are chaotic, when you don't know what's left and what's right anymore, you have to kind of go with your gut. And whether or not that little girl made the right decision or kind of was dragged into the right decision, I guess we'll find out. I don't think so. I think she did. I think all of them are kind of like kaput. If I understood Dresden's direction there at the end, which I'll touch on in just a moment. Now, let's talk about that moment where I had to kind of salute Amos and his decision to get rid of Semi. Now, I don't agree. I don't think he should have shot him in the head like that to death. I think at best he should have maybe knocked him out. That's what I think he should have done. But that's not Amos's nature. Amos's nature, from what I'm gathering, it's very black or white. It's dead, alive. I think the middle ground for Amos is something probably we'll see him learn to get to. I'm just presuming that right now. But yeah, I think at best they should have just knocked him out. And I think the fact that he viciously, maybe not the word vicious, but spontaneous, aggressively, just kind of shot him like that. I think that's going to come back and bite him in the butt, especially when we saw how Miller kind of reacted to it. So I can definitely see Miller taking out vengeance for Semi, for sure. Unless the context of the situation gets well explained to Miller and Miller understands. I don't know. So that's going to be fascinating to see where that goes. Then we have the whole, should I say romance or a relationship that is budding between Naomi and Holden. I'm sorry, but that shot of Holden looking at her and holding her hand, he's all like, you my wife for life. I'm sorry. It was cute, and I like cheesy stuff like that, but it was a real moment though, to be fair. Using Holden's words, when he said to her, I wasn't wrong about you, obviously it takes a lot to really impress him and really prove to him, maybe. And he's just like, you are a really cool gal that I want to keep getting to know. And I think the feeling is quite mutual on her end, because obviously she wouldn't have been so committed to making sure she waited. Although I do kind of think more of that was her sense of honor to Holden. And as she said, we owe Holden a lot. So there is that sense of gratitude. If I had to say who had more towards whom, I would say Holden's feelings are stronger more towards Naomi than Naomi's feelings is stronger towards Holden. Am I wrong? You let me know. Now let's talk about Dresden and this whole thing with this bio stuff that they are harvesting from Julie's body, experimenting with it on Eros Station with all those people, and now it begs the question, what is it? What is it going to do? Is it a cure? Do they even know what it is? Because he says it's something that's going to save them or save everyone. So is it some kind of, I was literally going to say, is it some kind of super serum? Is it supposed to enhance her physiology? You know, I don't want to go into zombie territory because this is a realistic science fiction show based in the realities of science, right? So I'm making the presumption that maybe whoever survives these things become more of an enhanced human being in a realistic sense. And that's what this organic material can do. And those who don't survive it, like Julie, are dead. Yeah, so that you could see that I just don't know where and what that means. I found that line very interesting when he's like, send them all to Thoth. And just with my knowledge of Egyptian mythology, Thoth was the god of knowledge, wisdom, right? He was side by side with the god of Ra. Anyway, I don't know. So obviously, Egyptian mythology, it plays a part in the show based on the naming and stuff. So I wonder, let me know if by me reviewing my Egyptian mythology notes from school, if that will give me more insight with this show, because it seems they're using the names of these Egyptian gods for a specific purpose. So yeah, let me know if I should kind of read up on that again, brush up my notes on that to kind of maybe understand what's what, if it makes any difference. I don't know. Let me know. Now let's talk about Christian, and I love her decision, and that was really cool to see it unfold, and the actress executed it so perfectly. I hope I interpreted that right, because right now I'm about to babble about it, and it would really suck, but hey, I guess that's what it is. It would really suck if I'm completely wrong on it, but that's where you all are here for, to correct me in the comments. But what I interpreted that scene was, what all that stuff she was saying to Sadavir, it was what he wanted to hear, so that she can make it clear to them that she's not the threat, right? And then she tells her husband, I'm gonna play the old fool woman that no one's gonna suspect, but she damn well friggin' knows that shit is hitting the fan behind the scenes, and she's going to now play a key role in trying to either thwart those plans and figure out what's what and help protect Fred, who they're gonna now frame for everything, even though poor guy was trying to be like, it wasn't me. But his history caught up with him, because if he hadn't done what he's done in the past or developed that kind of reputation, he wouldn't have been such an easy target for them to be like, it's all him and, Tycho and everything. So, yeah, I cannot wait to see how Christian is going to kind of play the double agent within her own agency. That's going to be fascinating. And now let's talk about that final scene with Kenzo and whatever that stuff was. So I immediately thought of the movie, the one with Natalie Portman, Annihilation. Yes, that moment when that stuff started kind of mimicking his physical form, or kind of looked like it was a version of him. I thought immediately of that movie. Okay, spoilers. I just realized maybe you've never seen the movie. Okay, maybe I won't do that. I won't go into spoiler territory. I'll just say that moment reminded me of a scene in Annihilation. So, yeah. It now leads me It now leads me to thinking that this organic material is not only sentient, but also alien? It's an alien intelligence that can merge with your human body and create a new type of being. An expansion, okay, of life. I don't want to go into the fantastical, but it's not fantastical to believe in a new life form. I mean, hey, we're exploring Mars for that stuff, right? Literally in real life here. So I'm going to now make my guess. You don't have to say if I'm right or wrong. You don't have to say if I'm on the right path or wrong path, unless you really feel I need to get off of that path. Otherwise, it'll lead me into nonsense. But I think that it's probably going to be a merge of that organic stuff and maybe human bodies that forms a new type of life form. And if you survive the merge, as I'm calling it, right? The coming together. So that's where I get now confused a little bit when Dresden was like how Julie was blessed because she touched the unknown. And it's like, but she died. So, but somehow by being touched by them, I want to know what he meant by that. Unless she's not dead, unless this is a stasis that she's in, that her physical body is not giving off a pulsation of life, but maybe whatever is merging within her with that stuff is something new, a new life form. Man, you guys can see I can keep going. I can keep going. Nonetheless, the point of it that I was trying to get at really was it was an epic finale scene that makes me even want to know more of what that stuff is, what it's all about, how is it going to affect everybody. Is it now going to become somewhat of a viral thing that will start to not only kill a lot of people or used as a bioweapon? Is it going to be weaponized to hurt people as well as perhaps enhance people? Either way, that is my reaction and review of the final episode of the first season of The Expanse. I am so proud of myself that I made it this far. This show is very, 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 very much beyond my expectation, beyond my own awareness and knowledge set when it comes to science. So it will definitely be not only a learning experience for me, but an absolute joy to watch it as a viewer that loves this kind of, or this category of content. So, if you enjoyed my reaction in this video, you know what to do. The prompt is on the screen. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for guiding me through this season. And are you ready to guide me through season 2? Because apparently I'm going to be needing some Kleenex from one of you who told me that, and I'm ready. I got my waterproof mascara ready to go. And I will for sure, honestly, keep some Kleenex right next door to me, because when I cry, it's an ugly cry. That's an ugly cry that I'm willing to put out there on YouTube for the world to see. So yeah, fun. Thanks again for tuning in. Until season 2, episode 1, I'm Asha. Peacing out. Thanks for watching. Check out my other videos and subscribe. You know you wanna.